Faker is going to have to perform well into Chovy here. He and Oner are going to have great synergy, as they have over the years. And Doran into Keen here, he cannot mess this matchup up. If the Gwen falls behind, the Rumble gets accelerated with the scaling this comp already has.
Is empty.
Yeah, Keria hanging around.
Oh, Keen. Have to be a bit careful here, as the knockup does come down. He has Ghost, remember, doesn't actually have the flash. As the flash forward, and Oner is able to pick up first blood. Keen just caught napping a bit in this early game.
2 aggressive plays early on here for T1.
Damage doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a Bloodthirster, so you're fine.
Super useful item. One of the best for any AD carry in terms of what it means individually on that first item spike.
Well, it is going to be a back coming in for Duro. I think trying to anticipate when Keria is going to be leaving, as the Grub's just going to be taken by Oner.
Cannons on Team Woodid on this one. Just going to be looking for Dragon over Grubs in this early game.
Faker not risking anything, just going to come over and grab the Honey Fruit.
Yeah, because that's going to be really kind of what this Dragon means for us later on for Gen.G.
Yeah. Okay, that is a lot of damage onto Duro, who is just caught with his pants down a little bit in his own jungle. And T1 grabbed their second kill of the game.
Great plays around Vision here. 2 of them now for Oner. He flashed instantly towards his AD carry. Maybe he lives there, but doesn't know that it's going to be a 3-man party on top of him. Doesn't flash, but dies.
Oh, there's the charm actually connecting as the curtains have been called. Emperor's Divide gets rid of Keria, but Faker turns up immediately. Orbit Deception comes down, and Chovy is still surviving. He gets the heal, in fact, from that Gleaming Quill, helping him out. Nice work, Duro, defending your mid laner. Yeah.
No flash, no boots.
Yeah, it doesn't
Not necessary.
It looks like he's building steel caps this time around, as Doran going aggressive onto Keen, but Keen does have a friend here, and Doran could now be in trouble. He's looking for some snips onto this Rumble as the Flame Spitter comes down, but now Oner turns up, and that's going to be a very comfy kill from him to answer. Faker getting in here, though, as the teleport from Chovy delivers him, and the Emperor's Divide comes down. That is going to be the Shifting Sands. The flash is the Foxfire enough, and it might just be. No, Faker gets crammed into the wall, and Canyon shuts him down.
Oh, so close to making it work.
And Oner looking for 6 Grubs. He should actually be able to get them here. The Dragon going to be spawning in about 17 seconds time. Duro with some vision control towards this bottom side, but that is 6 Grubs to nothing.
Second, looking for a 2 Drake lead, have positional advantage.
See Ruler walking over that switched off ward as Chovy going to get flashed on here by Keria. The quickness comes down though from Duro, and the 2-man on the Impale is so good. Already Oner has gone down, but Faker diving into the backline looking for the angle. Ruler gets over the wall. Can he actually survive is the question, as Goomer is chased after him, and now it's the cleanup for T1. Doran is going nuts. Slammed into the wall, and the Flame Spitter finishes him off, but now the man advantage should be there for T1. The Flame Spitter though, Keen, can you get it done? Faker and Gumayusi have the damage, and they'll be able to take him down. T1 win the skirmish.
Mid-wave.
Oh, they were thinking of the turn. You can see Faker wrapping around. Emperor's Divide going to push the cow underneath the turret, but Chovy's in so much trouble. Curtains have been called. 1-2, and he's gone. Pick the juke there, did Gumayusi, and down goes the Pigeon. And now T1, 5 versus 4, feeling fantastic going into this Drake fight.
Oh man, Chovy feels like in this game he had 9 lives. He kept getting out of every scenario, but not this one, not this time.
Oh, I don't know about fighting for this, but Oner is out of position. He'll be taken down first. But now is the fight going to be won. Ruler with the flash over the wall, the bullet time. Doran is going to try to interrupt it and just cuts him down where he stands. Keen trying to get in there, and the harpoons are doing some work as Canyon, so durable, gets another crash into the wall, but Duro is not offering any damage back. It is only Keen that's able to do any work, and he is just pushed away. Low health bars on T1, but they juggled the aggro beautifully.
Perfect. Immediate reaction to go for the Emperor's Divide to push Keria in. There's just so much follow-up here with the Jhin ultimate. I'm going to fight into Guma's fantastic positioning, and also a Gwen offering so much damage. Gwen Jhin synergy seems really high in this game.
Well, Chovy's dead again. He's going to break his arm guard, as Emperor's Divide does at least try to get them in position, as his Sun Disc does a bit of work, but Doran's going to be able to lock down the kill. There was just no way that he was getting out of that one. The feats of strength locked down just yet.
Although whoever wins this race,
whoever wins this race is going to be it, and it is going to be Gen.G that upgrade their shoes first. Very random selection of shoes as well, everyone with different ones.
Yeah, it's a quite a nice variety.
In fact, it's going to be all different ones if it's going to be Berserker's Greaves.
For this Otacon, it's a very T1 move. They'll drop their mid turret for this. And, I mean, Chovy's still down for 3 seconds, no TP. I just don't think Gen.G could stop this. They're going to have to just try to get as much as they can in mid lane. They will get that additional turret here.
I mean, 2 turrets is pretty good, but if they manage to take down Keen at the same time, it could be dangerous as he gets under the turret and he's still dead. There was no way out of that one. Carrier is just, he's able to pick a target and kill a target every time.
Get out of this. Remember, Faker already having the Rod of Ages level advantage, but
back on some possibilities. But if the, Carrier. He is going to find Ruler once again. The rest of T1 looking to back him up. Duro playing some defense with the quickness as Ona just finds Canyon but gets impaled, pulled back in as the equalizer says, nope, you shall not pass. The Emperor's Divide onto Doran, but he kind of likes that the gap got closed. Duro trying to get himself out of there. The bullet time will take down the Gwen, and Chovy goes golden just to buy some time. He does fall, but Carrier now flashing the wrong direction and will go down for a triple kill for Ruler. The sidestep from Keen as well. Absolutely fantastic on that charm. As Keen still looking to go further forward. It's a 1 trade, but the curtains have now been called and Keen could be in trouble. Another charm going to need to connect, and there it is. Faker locks him down to even this one up.
And then set up Faker in that situation. It's a relatively even trade of kills, but T1 grab a turret after this. Doran is massive in this game, and he is already doing so much work in team fights, and he's just going to be a bigger and bigger problem. T1 will get this dragon for free, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like Gen.G just a little bit late on this rotation. They are going to be able to get on over, but I think walked on a trap, spotted out the ward, and realized that there was no way that they could actually get through, so the Drake
back away.
Oh, the cow's so scary, gets the flash pulverize onto Chovy, who will be eradicated before the fight even starts. It's an impale, but it's only onto 1. The curtains were called. Canyon's gonna get headbutted back and snipped down. Bullet time does next to nothing, and Gen.G with 2 on the floor, they'll lose the Baron.
Finds the angle to get the flash onto Chovy. Owner is there for the follow-up, hits level 16 as well. He is so massive. There's the Baron.
Yeah, Carrier gonna get slowed down by the red carpet. This fight for the Dragon feels like the real battle. As Faker with the charm, it's gonna go wide because he was on vision, and Canyon looks for the opportunity, not gonna be able to get it. It's gonna be a smite fight. We'll see who is going to get towards Soul Point off the back of this one.
Faker TPing back to his teammates here to get in a better spot.
Yeah, Canyon goes in, but he's unable to get the dragon. Ona gonna get quicknessed up, now gets out of there immediately as Chovy finds the Emperor's Divide with 3! It was him that got picked off, but this time he's able to make the big play. Doran cut down where he stands, and Chovy is dead again, but this time he takes 2 with him. Keen looking for the harpoons, doesn't get there, and Gen.G, I guess they still got some fight left in him.
He hasn't broken his arm guard.
Happy 12th anniversary, Faker. You're doing pretty well. As, okay, never mind. Crash into the wall onto Ona, and I don't think that Crescent Guard is going to be saving him. Chovy in a little bit of trouble here as Faker looks for the charm angle. He'll be able to get 2 off the back end, and Ruler is going to be his next target. He's dashing forever with all of these resets, and Gumyushi's flashing forward. T1 are going to take this game off the back of the GOAT. Happy 12th, my friend. I was a little early on it before, but my God, this Ahri performance is absurd.
The greatest of all time on his 12th anniversary. Faker is timeless, Atlas, and doesn't matter what year it is, he's still got the hands, he's still got the follow-up, and he and T1 are going to take this first game.
And I need to now remind everyone as Keen goes down underneath these Nexus turrets that this is game 1 of a regular season best of 3. So it feels like the stakes are way higher than they are because it's Gen.G versus T1. They often are quite that high, as there goes the Nexus, and T1 are going to take first blood in the series. What a performance. My God.
It's not a bad Poppy angle, but it's not a standard one either, in that, you know, the Ezreal, obviously his shift is a blink, and he can still follow up and push out this Poppy pretty well.
Nara on the top side, being able to farm very effectively. This bottom lane's also having a decent time as Ruler Arcane shifting forward is dangerous. Duro actually going to pay for it though, as Gumyushi is the one that goes low, and first blood goes to the Nautilus. Carrier doesn't have flash. He's likely to go down as well, wanting to take Ruler with him, but he holds the barrier, and despite the Q, he stays alive. For how this game is going to look, as Doran is still here on this top side. Ruler gets a ward in. as he's looking to actually put the pressure on as Carrier shows his position. Remember, the Arcane Shift has already happened, but he still has Flash. The flash forward from Doran is going to be ended, and Ruler just puts him down!
Oh man, Ruler is ready to have a fantastic game here in this second one. Play with it here as Ruler pushes out Guma. And that alone, it looks like it's going to be enough because Chovy can join with his ultimate. They want to respect it.
Yeah, I think having topside control here for Gen.G was enough to be able to grab that for them, as public execution is, in fact, pretty private there from Doran. Fortunately.
Owner is going to turn his attention to this dragon, so it will be grubs for Drake.
Experience, I'm pretty sure, although he's very, very close to level 5. As Canyon does hit that level 6 mark, and the dragon will be going over to Owner, no worries. Of course, this is a composition that does really want to hit level 6 on the side of T1. So, but True Shot Barrage now going to get flashed here by Carrier. Steadfast Presence as Duro's going to have to flash. Man, he would have died if he had taken that last turret shot. Pretty lucky there for him.
Grubs here
still farming.
Looking like they're going T1's way. Gen.G, even with this topside prio, very late to show up. I say it, Canyon coming in, doesn't have Smite.
Yeah. This should just be T1 locking one of them down, though. I think that was almost best case scenario based on the game state right now. So still fine for T1, but 5-1 is going to be the grub advantage here for Gen.G. They do decide to face check.
Faker in the top lane here and let the dragon go. Not going to commit any further. I think Carrier thought perhaps he had an angle there to set up for the Keeper's Verdict to win the numbers game as Faker showed up there with a Realm Warp, but wasn't able to find the angle. He didn't like the angle. Sure, they're not making a play with this Mega. They're not looking for a dive, but they get the push and they get the prio for this objective, as well as they're wheeling down that turret side, knowing that, you know, this objective gets them feats of strength, is going to get them that turret eventually. And if T1 make a play to try to punish, you're already there to catch them and then take the objective. If they don't go, then you win anyways. And Chovy just holds bottom as long as he can.
Oh, the Fury going to get caught out here as Canyon trying to go untargetable to keep himself alive, but it's getting so difficult. He flashes, he gets over the wall, but the Realm Warp from Faker is not actually going to get taken
in from a long ways away, but Guma is going to take some time to get down, and he's very late to show up to this objective. It looks like he's not going to show up at all. They're just going to simply give this one up.
Yep. So that's going to be a second Drake going over to Gen.G, the first mountain of the game.
And now they can just drop the Herald since they're all grouped, and they got the Dragon for free to maybe even get this turret. The charge alone won't do it, but they have a lot of members here.
Yeah, and with Ruler able to take these pot shots, get that extra damage with his Sheen. That is going to be the outer turret in the mid lane going down. First turret for Gen.G as well to help extend that gold advantage ever further.
Ooh.
Second charge with the last Skerrick of health. As Faker going to get knocked up. He's in turret range there as well, as he wants to just take down the turret. There it goes. That's what he was looking for. Yeah.
Dive this, to be honest. I mean, with Ezreal here,
well, Keen does have a Mega Gnar on the way, but they decide instead of diving, they'll just take the free money.
Yeah, if they leave, then we'll just take the money, and now we have Autogon Prio, and no one's anywhere near. See.
Well, speaking of can't see, they don't exactly know where Faker is just yet. He's going to be moving up this mid lane, as we can see, and but still, 3.5k is nothing to really worry about just yet.
Ooh, Faker might put himself too far forward here.
Yeah, Duro's going to show up, and Keen was already in position. There's the knockup from the depth charge, and this Rise is not going anywhere. Tries to Realm Warp, but that is not happening. And Gen.G going to use this as an opportunity to head towards this Archon. The rest of them were grouped up, and the rest, you can see Gen.G actually wanting to find a little bit more of a fight before this one happens.
Spell Shield's good, but he's still pushed away. But this buys time. Faker has teleport when he respawns here.
Oh dear, Carrier might be in trouble. He gets smoked by Canyon as Keen wants to hop over that wall, finds the boomerang, and I think that Canyon has the damage. True Shot Barrage comes down, but there's the paranoia to try and save, but also kill as they get on top of Ruler. Ruler is dead to start this off. Doran's flashing away to try and get to safety. Faker is still dead, which is so lucky for Gen.G because otherwise they could have lost the Archon, and somehow that anchor lands. Doran just trying to survive. He can dash for, you know, about 1 billion miles, but is that enough is the question, as Canyon should have enough damage to take him down, and there it is.
Faker hit 16. Could have teleported in if he was up 5 seconds earlier, maybe to try to catch and look for a punish there.
As Gen.G just control this area completely. No way for T1 to get in. They're going to give it up. They do see it go down, but there's no way that they can actually change the outcome.
If Carrier had ult, maybe.
Oh, Realm Warp, an opportunity here is once again. It's Ruler in trouble, and he'll just get obliterated. This time, Gen.G in an awkward spot. At the same time, heroic entrance, and Duro is still dead. A double knockup, but Chovy's just given himself up. Owner down low, but they take down the Gargoyle, and T1 say you can take the Dragon. I think it's time for Baron.
Feel a TP, and they just need to have a little bit of defense against Canyon.
Yeah, Keeper's Verdict is going to miss, as now, let's see whether they can actually hold on to this. It's so dangerous. Meganar is almost there for Keen. He does get it, but it does not do enough. Canyon gets into the pit, goes on target, picks up one, but that is it, and T1 will take the Baron.
Traditional T1 Baron, it's a little risky, but they had the numbers, they had the advantage, as it turns out, and get right on top of him. And now T1 turn this into Otacon, and they are feeling very good about their chances. Take a gold lead here, and they can push it even further now with an extra res on the back.
Yeah, this is a real turning point in this game in every sense of the word, because now they do have that gold advantage. Winds of War not nearly enough to take that down, and Doran, as we were talking about, just gets to work.
T1 sieging, having Owner on this flank.
Oh, another moment for Ruler, unfortunately, in that mid lane. He's just taken out Keen, soaks up a lot. We don't really have the withdraws coming in just yet, as I don't know about that one, but still, they dive in. It's a great hook to try and answer, and the Justice Punch is there. The three-man taunt from Chovy, but remember, he's just picking up little bits of 200 gold from T1, who are now breaking open the Gen.G base. Look at that Rebel Baron power play just explode. 5,300 is the number, as Keen, nothing he can do. Doran dashing around. He can go home if he'd like to. Faker in here as well as Canyon, wanting to try and take him down, but the damage has been done, ladies and gentlemen. Happy 12 Faker, 3-1 and 5. He was the only gold lead, and now everyone has one.
Before getting that other pick, and Chovy, he does work, but it's not enough, and this might be the beginning of the end of the game.
Wow, this is the first team fight the Ruler's actually been able to play. He does manage to send someone home. Keeper's Verdict gonna get charged up here by Carrier, but does instead decide to cancel it. Okay, I was pretty happy to see Ruler not just instantly dead. We need him to stand near everyone at the same time, so that this Nocturne cannot just press R.
It's a valuable ward there for Keen and Ruler.
Oh, Dredgeline going a little bit wide there as Carrier gets in another time, but this time Ruler's able to get out of the way of the public execution. Can he get the damage down? The taunt is fantastic, but Gumayusi gets on top of him. They take down the Nocturne first, so it's Gen.G finding the team fight. Keen gets in, wallops Gumayusi, who cannot get the DPS, and now he's the only man standing. Gen.G find an angle and fight back.
What a beautiful fight from Gen.G, and it's Carrier who starts it off with a knock-up there. Then they look for the follow-up CC. Base in tatters here for Gen.G, but they pick up the soul off of this and will return home to defend this base.
Looking into, but as we can see here, under 2,000 gold, now the lead once again is Owner, possibly caught out. He's got a GA, but he doesn't want to lose that cooldown. True Shot Barrage coming in as Canyon dives on top. They used the Paranoia as well, but now Carrier looking for an angle. Chovy finds the taunt, but only onto one as Doran gets into that backline on top of Ruler. But now he's got friends, now he has backup, and even though Canyon falls down, the carries are left alive. And Ruler gets the last laugh in this one.
He wants this. Chovy just comes in, they taunt him. Doran is a little bit late to come through here, gets on the Ruler alone, but look, there's no follow-up. Why? Because Canyon keeps Guma and Faker busy. He'd won when he has that shield. Now Chovy has an arm guard, so he can make a lot of plays here. Keen, Wit's End, also makes him very difficult to kill. You know, Faker's not doing that much to him.
Here as the Fear Tether is going to line up onto Duro, as underneath the turret they go. Doran is so incredibly low and still ticking down from that bleed, and that is going to be the turret falling. Keen now trying to get himself out of there. Look at that huge shield that he picks up with Hysterics. That's now on cooldown, and he's got the Mountain Soul as well, of course. Inhibitor goes down, just war of attrition here being won by Gen.G. They transition it immediately into this turret. Doran doesn't find the public execution, and True Shot Barrage is going to do so much work. Keen diving on in. I don't know about that one. Heroic Entrance, though, gets Chovy right on top, and they've tried to split up this fight, and Ruler is untouched in the backline. Faker goes golden, but is he going to survive for long enough? He flashes to get a kill onto a Nautilus, but that is not going to change the fates of T1 here. They're looking to try and end it right now, but Carrier says no. He's just getting them out of there. Chovy goes golden. Carrier is likely to die, but Canyon is so incredibly low, and it's in fact Chovy that falls down. These Mystic Shots are so dangerous. Gumayusi and Doran both falling to the hands of Ruler, who only has a Nexus turret in his way before game number 3.
Yep. Ruler says, sorry to keep you waiting. I'm back, and you thought you could defend. You thought that was the end of it. Certainly not. Oh, the shot!
Oh, there it is. Gets the snipe onto Carrier.
Now, the base survives for now as Baron fades away.
They do manage to get some vision. They spot out that Gen.G's doing it. Gen.G wanting to catch them, not wanting to go for any sort of burger flip here, as you can understand. As Doran looks for Chovy, they kept this one leashed. Paranoia comes in, and they dive in. Ona gets there towards the Dragon, but Chovy is right there waiting for him. It's Duro that takes down Gumayusi to start this off, and Keen wasn't even here. Ruler takes out the Poppy, and the Elder goes down. Faker gonna get eaten by a Dragon, and Gen.G, of course they are. They're gonna bring us to a Game 3 in this absolutely ludicrous first series between Gen.G and T1 of LCK 2025.
What a banger this series has come to be. And we've got one more in the tank. Gen.G, they had great control from the beginning, a massive lead from Ruler, but they had to fight their way back after T1 wrestled control away from them. Such resilience in a best-of-3 like this.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Meme where I just
I think he was actually duck crank.
Yeah. And Duro, I mean, he's very good at this pick, and I think it does, to a certain extent, kind of save the laning phase if he can hit those hooks, if he can actually make the plays.
His aggro range just isn't that large, and you can just kind of walk around and everything's fine.
Oh!
Hook is gonna connect! And the Blade Caller comes on through. Gumayusi staying alive, the flash comes out, but he's in the alcove, and then he's dead. Carrier trying to play Gatekeeper, and Ona's moved on over as well. Duro gonna be able to get the knock up there, and it's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade, but I think Gen.G are okay with how this one has eventuated. Gives him the good old thumbs up, and finally does take down the Xayah.
Yeah, so that's the hook you're looking for. That's the one. Doesn't get anything for it, as we are just going to reset here a little bit. Double stun is pretty big.
Yeah, you can see Ona here as well under a little bit of fire as Gumayusi fighting Ruler. Guma wanting to get a few of these autos, but Ruler gets into the fog of war. Duro is in so much trouble. Knockup does come in as Canyon. There's a lot of bad guys here. Ruler trying to offer the damage back. Ona is in trouble, but he's calculated it, and he will survive. A disaster for Gen.G around the grubs.
Yeah, well, actually, they didn't secure any afterwards, so I take it back.
Okay, well, Chovy is going to throw down the gravity field, and Faker going to get caught up by that, and the hook comes in once again. 2 turret shots onto Carrier. Chaos Storm means that Drew actually picks it up with the last tick of Ignite, and he's going to get flung back with the seismic shove, but he says he does not care about that one bit.
On the entrance from Gen.G's jungle, as finally we're going to take these grubs down.
Yeah, there's going to be Ona taking the last one, and yeah, it was a bit delayed, but in the end it is a bit of a trade here, so no one getting any advantage.
Or quite substantially. Keen here is Cassante.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if this will be successful.
I think he has the all-out as well, and he's going to use it. Brings Doran underneath the turret, and there's the Glacial Prison. It was all a bait, ladies and gentlemen. And Doran even grabs himself the kill. Teleport here from Chovy just to try and make sure that they can get some of this experience.
Over to the top lane, going to the mid lane as well. Duro wants an angle on Faker here.
All right, well, Duro is just going to light him on fire. Lands the hook there. Bowling ball is going to connect. Seismic shove to buy some space, but Faker's getting sleepy. It's getting late in the day, and Chovy burns him down with the Death Ray. That should now be an angle on the Dragon if they'd like it, but
it will be T1s, as there's no answer
from
Gen.G whatsoever as more and more gold goes over.
And it's so likely that T1 just pick up feats of strength as well, because this Caitlyn not taking first brick. If that was me, I would have been running into that alcove and I would have 100% died and been tilted off the planet.
Yeah.
Instead, Keen,
patience.
He is just able to walk himself back. It is going to still spell the end of his turret, and Doran will be able to get so much extra gold here. You can see 1.5k and feats of strength, my god.
Either, Gen.G weren't able to get anything cross-map from this. They tried to make the play mid. Carrier with the Tempered Fate, totally fine.
As many structures as they can.
I mean, with the natural prio that a Caitlyn gets in bottom or mid or in top, if she's lane swapped up there, they're just saying, okay, Caitlyn's fine, she'll start to narrowly stack up these advantages.
Playing the lane better, having a jungler that was ready to help him out as well. Him and Ona have actually played this one extremely well. And now the Rift Herald just going down, slowly but surely here. Canyon in position to try and contest. Seismic shove going wide. And that gives Canyon an opportunity to go in. Information advantage here for Gen.G, as it is going to be Ona with the smite. An early one there, unfortunately, for Canyon, as Ona has to flash to get out of the way. Keen tanks up the seismic shove nicely, and he is not going to be able to re-engage as they get some information. But out they go. Carrier looks for the Tempered Fate, does lock down Keen. Oh, Doran actually the first one to fall in the fight. Keen eventually falls down as they trade top laners, but Ona is going to be safe. And it's a 1-for-1 with the Rift Herald going over to T1.
Now with the Prio, they just have Prio seemingly everywhere where they need it, especially. And it's this Jax, this Caitlyn, that gives them first rotation. That's going to be the second dragon. We'll see what soul we get. Maybe your Cloud this time. Nope, that's already a first one, so...
Yeah. Oh,
Infernal.
It's going to be Infernal Soul. That is a big deal. Very, very dangerous dragon. And they've got an inner turret, and they have 4 people looking to try and take this one down. Canyon spinning. Duro's getting on in here as the Tempered Fate will lock down 2, but the tower is not one of them. Now Canyon trying to spin around here, looking for the Lilting Lullaby as Doran will melt. And now Faker and Ruler facing off. It's like a tale as old as time, but this time Gumayusi going to be there with the ace in the hole.
Worlds, but we're still in first match of regular season. The trade here will be Gen.G get Chovy to push and take out this turret in the top lane. He got basically the whole thing. He was given so much extra time there, but it's in trade for an inner. Gen.G actually get a little bit of vision here. They have Prio on this dragon, so this is where their team fighting can actually start to work, in theory.
Yeah. Ooh, bowling ball. Barely going to miss on a Faker, but does land on the Gumayusi there, as we can see.
I think this should
wanting to get in position. They're going to look for a fight. They're looking for Chovy, but Keen lands the Q. There's the hook, the 1-2-3 punch onto Faker, and it's Ruler that takes him down. The Chaos Storm now doing work as Chovy. He got out of there with a flash, but now he's getting back in. And Doran just trying to play this one defensively. Gen.G finally winning a fight and getting an objective.
Really important fight here for Gen.G, and they finally got to take it on their terms.
Oh, nice little Glacial Prison there from Ona, but unfortunately not a lot of follow-up.
Yeah, it's pretty tanky. Cassante, they're going to turn this into a turret as well. Carryout nearly caught by that hook from Duro, but we'll get out. Didn't have the flash.
Yeah, T1 is absurd.
It's pretty crazy, and they're not utilizing it to start an objective just yet, although, as I say, if Faker goes in.
Yeah, there's a brilliant Tempered Fate there on to Chovy. And Ona has engaged, but I don't know whether they really want this because Keen looking for an angle. Doran is teleported in, but he might get Sleepy pushed back towards the Baron Pit. There's the all-out from Keen. Wanted to get him over the wall, but now he's 1v2, and the other 4 are looking for the rest of T1. Doran likely the first one to go down, but Keen is getting lower and lower, and it's Gumayusi there to defend his top laner. Chovy, I don't know about that one, really wanted to kill his ex-top lane player, but no one is dead.
Yeah, but this is the time where T1 have to reset, and Gen.G are going to look to try to take the Baron. Back from Owner, I think. Oh, no, wait, he hasn't fully channeled, but he is backing. He has no vision, so waits for this. Could attempt to steal, as they don't know that he's there. He has that control ward, too.
Yeah, Weaver's all going to come in. Yeah, Carrier is the one that checks. As Ruler, Featherstorm is going to break that one. He looks for Faker, but he doesn't get it. The Seismic Shove going to connect, but Faker is still going to be dead. There goes the Talia to start this one off. Duro finds the hook onto Ona. That's going to force the flash, and now Chovy comes in with the follow-up damage, and one after the other, the T1 players are falling. Ruler gets in there with those feathers, and the Baron should be next on the menu.
Gather up and fight just doesn't seem realistic. Owner doesn't finish his back. He decides, I'm going to stay here. We have to try to stop this. We have to stop the Baron as we speak. T1 are.
Yeah, T1 have actually got on top of this. The Drake was picked up by Gen.G, but Gen.G also get into position to try and fight for the Otacon. Remember, this is not voracious. You don't just get the withdrawals as the Tempered Fate goes wide. So does the Glacial Prison. Chovy still, Canyon not able to get the smite. And he also has to flash out of the way. So T1, they're the ones that get the buff, but unfortunately they don't get the extra flowers that are scattered all over the floor.
Might be the biggest, as you can see, Gen.G are the ones who have all the blood petal stacks here. The secure of the objective not as important with this one as it is with the voracious. But still,
home.
Yeah.
And T1 booked it to the Otacon to try and take that one. So
that was
still a bunch of fight left in this team.
It's really risky to go straight from Baron into Otacon at that moment. A T1 are rushing towards it. Trying KP this game. He is just having a fantastic time. But Gen.G, with this play, they push Faker away. That's a lot of the wave clear gone. That's a turret dead.
And 3.5k is the Rebel Baron power play here as well. Doran trying his best.
There's that TP, there's the voice
Oh my
staff.
god, look at how quickly this Baron
telling
goes down.
you.
Owner is trying to get into position. They have the Weaver's Wall. T1 know exactly what's going on as the Tempered Fate is going to delay the fight for a little while. Down to 3,000. Owner gets into the pit though, and Gen.G need to go down to 3, and it's Carrier that takes the Baron. What the actual hell? But Gen.G is still looking to win the fight. Keen finds the knockback, and Ruler is starting to layer these kills. But it's Skirmishes trying to kite, and he gets death rayed by Chovy. Ruler left alive, but so is the Goat, and Keen. He cannot kill him, and he'll let him slink off into the fog of war.
Yeah, he'll have some Baron-empowered minions to help slow this siege here. Ruler just has this one cannon minion, but look at how quickly he can take out this turret. Once it's gone, he should be able to then take out the inhibitor. Baker going to get some health back and maybe come over here and try to contest, but I just don't think it's worth it. Too risky to win the 1v1 against a 4-item Xayah. Down it goes. And it goes to Carrier, but unfortunately Owner is on the wrong side of the fight. After this, does get picked off. And Ruler is going to be able to help carry with Chovy. There's so much damage.
But Owner is going to get slowed down. Chovy on a flank angle, the flanking Victor, and they look like they've caught Gumayushi. The Chaos Storm goes down as they take the magical journey to get them to safety.
Crazy
and now the teleport from Doran, who dives in on top of Chovy, does keep himself alive. The Tempered Fate to save the top laner, and it's all just, please, can we disengage on both sides?
Their base is the one that's open.
And it's Soul Point, it's not even Soul, so the Baron, so much more important here for Gen.G at this point in time.
Absolutely.
They will be able to take this one.
And I think that T1 just said, look, we're not in a position to fight this.
Yep.
We have a decent amount of wave clear. We defended last time around with our own Baron, your siege. Try to play this one out for the next objective. But surviving this is going to be a little bit more difficult. Last time they didn't have the siege, but this time they have super minions at least. Mikhail's used there to guarantee there's no follow-up there on Aguma. They're going to clear this wave again, but Chovy's got this inhibitor on his mind. It's open, and down it goes.
Yep, that is the inhibitor.
And, I mean, now Gen.G still have a little bit of Baron left.
30 seconds.
They could try to collapse here onto T1 on that bottom turret as well. Something's going to have to give here.
Yeah, and Gen.G, they know that they have the advantage as they can push these minions in.
T1 may have to just find an engage. They may have to find an angle, otherwise it's going to get worn out of this game.
Yeah, that is just going to be the turret falling down, though. T1 realizing that they're going to have to defend under their Nexus turrets if they're going to do so. 14 seconds time.
Just so much
damage is going to wear off. Exactly right.
So much AP. I mean, they just basically two-tap these turrets if they get on top of them for this wave of super minions.
Another turret going to fall down. 3 inhibitors will be taken by Gen.G. And T1, they're going to have to hard commit on something.
T1 don't have any teleport wards, no way to get around, and Gen.G are just going to get away.
Oh, never mind. Infernal Soul has now been picked up by Gen.G.
I just don't think they can get into to win a fight. Faker has to clear this bottom wave. And Baron's not up for a minute, so it's not like they can trade or anything like that.
Oh, Hook is going to connect onto Owner. Keen going to push him back, but now Faker gets in there. They know that they have to commit to something as Chovy is also taken relatively low. The Chaos Storm in answer, though. And Canyon and Ruler, they're staying on the Baron.
They're staying on the Baron. T1 can't get there quickly enough. It's just gone.
Yep, just taken. And Gen.G, they sacrifice half the health bar on Chovy. Still has flashes. Canyon's looking for an angle. Oh, Gumayushi could juke. The fishing here by Gen.G.
Incredible, respectful play from Gen.G as they look for the third inhibitor.
Owner is going to look for a potential engage, but it's on to Keen. Another hook is going to go wide this time as inhibitors, all of them, now on the floor. And oh my god, Gumayushi! That headshot is exactly that, as now Keen, he's down low, the 3-man Tempered Fate, this might be the angle that they're looking for. The Featherstorm now on cooldown, but Gen.G, as long as they can walk away, they have an advantage.
Teleport coming through here from Keen. They're looking to take out this mid inhibitor again as it respawns and push down the mid lane.
Yep. 15 seconds.
And it's back up. What do you got, Carrier? Where's the angle?
Ooh, another hook this time. Going to get sidestepped by Owner beautifully. Tempered Fate connects. It's only on to Canyon this time around. Seismic shove, and Duro is already dead. Canyon goes down as well. T1, this might be the opportunity. This might be the angle, but Keen is a raid boss. Another double shove onto Chovy and Ruler. But they are able to walk their way out. Still, it's Keen that's on the floor. And now T1, if you kill these two, they are just dead. Chovy, the one that could tank and teleport to get Faker in there. And Ruler, he's got a Featherstorm, but he does not have his life. Owner goes down, Chovy against the wall, and he gets 2.
That's massive that Chovy's able to get those 2. There's so many standing structures up for Gen.G.
I mean, Faker and the death
Oh, Toby gets him! Toby, you psychopath! He's got TP, but he's not going to be able to use it here. He's just going to go home.
Oh my god!
Wait, no, he's actually going to get TP in. He actually goes home and TP's in. Faker, not fast enough to get back.
He's got an army of minions. He has an army of minions and one Nexus turret between him and a regular season Game 3 victory against T1.
How good's the wave clear now? Alone against Chobi. Not good enough, Atlas.
The seismic shove is going to go wide. These Nexus turrets go down so quickly. Chobi is going to do it in the most heart-wrenching third game of any regular season of all time, and Gen.G will do it.
Chobi with the plays there at the end.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.